So, if you're watching this video, I would think that you're probably a beginner in OPBR or you're relatively new to the game. And so I'm pretty much going to be covering all the beginner stuff and all the stuff that you'll need to do early in the game when you're just starting the game in order to progress as quickly as possible in One Piece Bounty Rush. So this right here pretty much is a beginner guide, and I'm going to cover all the things that you need to do at the start, like I said. So let me just explain the game to you in a very simple way. You pretty much go ahead and use these rainbow diamonds that you see right there on the top right corner of your screen. You use that and you come into the scout tab right here, and you go ahead and summon on characters using rainbow diamonds. As you can see, you can go ahead and use rainbow diamonds to summon on characters, and once you summon on characters, you can go ahead and level them up and you play them in league battle. That's pretty much how the game works in very simple terms. And like I said, I'm going to be going over the main things and pretty much how you can go ahead and summon on characters, level them up. We're going to go over all that, playing stuff like that, right? So like I said, you come to the scout tab over here. Like I said, it's located on the bottom right hand side of the screen. As y'all can see right there, scout tab. Go ahead and click on it. It'll bring you to this thing right here, and you can pretty much see a bunch of banners for different characters. This right here is the banner for the brand new units that just dropped, that is Leo and Sai. So you're getting these two new units right now that just dropped in the game. They're brand new and they've got a banner for them. You can summon them using rainbow diamonds, or you can go ahead and buy a ticket from the shop, which I'll get to in just a bit as well. And you also got rebanners for other characters like Yamato right here. A rebanner is pretty much a banner for a unit that has already been previously released in the game. So Yamato has already been released in the game a couple years ago, and if people were not playing the game back then, or they didn't have rainbow diamonds, or for whatever reason they couldn't get her, then now is a chance for them to go ahead and grab her as well. So like I said, rebanners, that's pretty much what a rebanner is. They're pretty much dropping a previously released unit already. Again, Snake as well. This is S Snake, again rebanner again, and you know, again, she was already released like a year ago in the game, so she's getting a banner again. So if you didn't get her, you can get her again. We've got a Garp rebanner, and we also got some golden ticket scout right here. We got Jack, Killer, and Black Maria as the featured characters. So those are the main characters, and that pretty much is the scout tab. You pretty much can go ahead and summon on these characters using rainbow diamonds, and pretty much what you do is you go ahead and summon on them, and once you summon on them, you can pretty much come here into characters and you can go ahead and upgrade them, right? So for example, let me just do this as order received, and to say, you know, the most recent unit I've got is Caribou, right? I've got Caribou as the most recent unit, so I can go in here, I can come here and hit level up and actually go ahead and max him out and level him up to the maximum possible level. So that's what you want to do. You want to level them up to the max level. You want to come in here on the character boost tab. You want to make sure that you have them boost 2, like right here. You want to make sure you get them as much boosted up as possible, right? This is what you want to be doing. I'm not going to do this for Caribou. I'm just showing y'all that y'all are supposed to do this. So go ahead and do that. Go ahead and max his skills out. Go to the skills tab and go ahead and max both of his skills out. So you pretty much want to do this. Obviously, Caribou is not really a playable character, and that just brings me into the next part of, you know, characters. What characters should you play? So characters in OPBR are mainly divided into 3 types. As you can see right here, we got a 2-star character, we got a 3-star character, and 4-star. Don't look at the grade, just look at the base grade. So 2-star characters, let me just show you real quick. These right here are pretty much all the 2-star characters. This right here is pretty much the lowest rank of characters in the game. They're pretty much the weakest characters in the game right now, and that's the 2-star characters. Next, coming on to the 3 stars right there, 3-star characters. As y'all can see, these right here are a little better than 2 stars, but they're still kind of shit. They're not really good or anything. They're still kind of like weak characters, nothing crazy. And then we come into the 4-star characters. These right here are pretty much the strongest characters in the game. 4 stars are always the best, and you should always play 4-star characters in when you're playing league battle and stuff. I'll get to that in just a second, but whenever you play, you always want to be playing with 4-star characters, right? So you don't want to be playing with just 2 stars or 3 stars on, you know, on most occasions. But yeah, these are 4-star characters, and even 4-star characters, they're all divided, you know, into 3 different parts. So for 4-star characters, you normally have the step up units, which is the weakest of the 4-star characters. Then you have the Bounty Fest units, which are a little better than the step up units. And the third and the strongest characters in the game are the EX units, right? Extreme characters. So they're pretty much the strongest units in the game. They're the strongest 4-star characters. EX units are, like for example, this Kuzan right here. This right here is an extreme character. He is a EX unit, right? And Kuzan is an absolutely broken character. He's crazy broken character. So like I said, he right here is pretty much one of the EX units. And for bounty fests, pretty much, let me just show you how you identify characters, right? So let me show you. You need to come to the exchange tab right here, and if you go to the battle points right here, the second one, the second battle points tab, this is pretty much where all the step up characters are. The 4-star step up characters, these right here are all step up characters, right? These are all 4-star step up characters. These are all the step up units. And then if you go ahead and come down to the first battle points right here, these right here, the units that you see in here, they're pretty much the 4-star bounty fest units, right? They're all the bounty festival units. As y'all can see, we got the new Sai and Leo, they're bounty festival units. We got Shiryu, Burgess, the Power Rangers, Kobe, Sanji, what's his name again? S Fish or whatever. I don't even know his name, but yeah. Kuma Bear, Lilith, they're all Bounty Fest. Uta, they're all Bounty Fest units, right? And the units that you cannot find in here are pretty much EXs, right? So pretty much Akainu, Roger, all those units are all EX units, right? So pretty much that is like breakdown of the units. And so now you probably have gone ahead, you've gone to the scout tab, right? You spent rainbow diamonds, you've gone ahead and got your new characters. If you're new to the game, you'll also have like a new beginners kind of a thing, like right about above your daily and characters upgrade tab. You'll probably have like a new character training kind of a thing, so you'll have a bunch of missions and challenges there where you're pretty much getting free rainbow diamonds. So go ahead, complete those, get your free rainbow diamonds in, and like I said, and you'll also have this event tab on the left hand side. So on the event tab is pretty much where you can go ahead and look at all the new events that are going on, and you also have some nice little login rewards that you get. As you can see right here, this is the login bonus. You're getting 50 of these Onigashima gift things. What's this called? Yeah, Reino and Onigashima training items. So you can come in here and you can go ahead and make sure you grab these. Like I said, again, as you can see right here, you're pretty much getting free rainbow diamonds on the login. So make sure you go ahead and grab these and get your login going. And yeah, that right there is the event tab. And now I'm pretty much going to bring you in a little bit more into upgrading, like I said, upgrade characters. And now I'm going to bring you into team making. How do you pretty much make a team? You come into the characters tab again, and you go to edit party, right? So come into edit party, and right here, as you can see, I've gone ahead and built a team. I have my teams right here. I just like to segregate myself, as I have one team for my blue units. I have one for challenge battles. I'll get into the battle modes in just a bit. You'll understand that. Now I have one for the green team. I have a red team, and then I just have like a mixed kind of party team. So let me just go ahead and get a new party real quick, and I'll just explain to you guys how you do this. So let me just go ahead, select the 6th party right there, and now, okay, so let me just go ahead and take these characters out. I can't really take any character out, but let's just say for purposes, I'll just select Reiju and Cracker as my units, right? Or let me just take some meta character, right? Let me just take like a meta character right now. Okay, let's just go with, say, Kuzan and Bueno, right? And normally what you want to do is you want to have like characters of the same color on the team in most parts, especially if you're starting off. Like when you're starting off, I guess it's fine if you use any unit, right? Normally you won't have too many units at the start, so just select the best characters that you have. And yeah, like I said, normally you want to go with the 4-star characters, mostly Bounty Fest or EX characters. So right here, if you want to build a team, either you can just go ahead and just do auto select, and it will select like the best team based on power and element. You can just do this, or a second option is for you to just build it yourself at the start, right? Normally what you want to do to build a team, right, is you want to go ahead and filter these by color. So say I have Kuzan, right? I have a green element, so let me just go ahead and filter by green elements. And just for purposes, let me just go ahead and put Soul Mask in there. And now we have a Soul Mask. So let me just go and auto select again. Let me see what the game is giving us and recommending me. So that right there is pretty much what the game is recommending me. This team is what the game is recommending me, which is pretty good. I have the defender tag, which makes sense because I'm playing Kuzan right here. So Kuzan pretty much is a defender, so you want to normally have these tags. So at the start, you don't really want to worry about tags too much. You just want to get the highest percentage possible. So normally you just want to come in here and you want to filter pretty much by green units, right? You want to filter by green units, click on OK, and just bring in all the most strongest characters you have, and make sure every unit in the support pretty much has fully got their character boost, right? As you can see, my Nami here, she's fully boost 4, and she is in my support right now. And normally you want to also have medals on her, so make sure you have max level medals on her, level 9 medals, or if you don't have max medals, just try to get the highest level of medals on her. So let me just show you this real quick. Let me just show you a difference real quick, how much difference a medal makes. So as you can see, my support right now is 158.6%. I just go ahead to my Lucci right here, and I'll just take away one of his medals, right? I'll go ahead and take off this medal off of him right here. Boom. It was 158.6%, and let's just see how much that drops now, right? It's dropped down to 157.6%. That is just one medal that I took off, and it dropped by 1%, right? And so same thing if I go ahead and remove a lot of the medals, right? So right here we have pretty much 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 characters in support, right? And so each of them has 3 medals, so that's 30 medals. So if I take off 30 medals, I'm pretty much going to be dropping my support by 30%. So pretty much it was 158, and now it's just going to drop down to like pretty much 128, right? So that pretty much is what you want to focus on, especially as a new player. You just want to focus on getting your support to be as high as possible. So let me just put that medal back on. There it is. Boom, put that back on. And like I said, you just want to be focusing on getting your characters in the support with maxed out medals. One of the best medals that is in the game right now is these Celestial Dragon medals, or even the Usopp medals. So let me just show you my set real quick. As y'all can see, I pretty much got these Usopp medals. These Usopp medals are really good. These are like limited time event medals though, so these are already gone. You probably can't get them right now, but if you do get medals like these are always best for support. Even this Celestial Dragon medals. So pretty much doesn't matter what trade you get on the medals. Let me just get to medal. I'll get to medals in just a bit right now. Let me just show you that since I'm talking about it. Why not? So you pretty much learned about how to build a team, right? In simple words, especially when you're starting out, you don't need to be worrying too much about support and tags, or tags. You want to be worrying about support. You want to get that support as high as possible. But you pretty much go ahead and you come down here. You click on daily, upgrade medals, and this is pretty much where you're gonna deal with all your medal stuff. You can hit craft, and you can go ahead and just craft a bunch of medals here. As you can see, just go ahead, craft a bunch of medals right here. You can go ahead and craft any medals you want. Normally you want to be sticking to generic sets. Generic sets are like triple Luffy sets, triple Kaido, triple Hancock. Those are the kind of sets that you normally want to be going with. Let me just go ahead and show you some of my sets that I've got. I normally have special sets for units. So as you can see right here, this is a triple Kaido set that I've got right here. This right here is a triple Kaido, or not triple Kaido. I don't have my third Kaido, but it's an Animal Kingdom pirate set, and normally you want to be hitting as many of these tags as possible. So each tag pretty much gives you a trait. As you can see, former rock spirit is a tag. It gives me 7% damage reduction. 4 Emperors is also a tag, gives me 7% increased damage. Captain gives me capture speed increase, stuff like that, right? So bunch of tags. And this right here is my crit medal set. So some characters are pretty much based on critical hits, and so that's why I have this Lucci medal here, which pretty much gives me skill 2 cooldown every time by 3%, every time I hit a crit, which is perfect. And like I said, this right here pretty much is my runner set. It's my triple Luffy. Pretty much here is another one of my attacker sets. This is the Whitebeard Pirates medal set, as y'all can see. And like I said, I'm just trying to hit like as many tags as possible to go ahead and get as many buffs. As you can see, skill 1 cooldown, skill 2 cooldown, increased damage by 7%. That's what you want to look for when you're building a medal set. So normally you want to build this around runners. So this is runner skill 1, and I've not gotten to the types of characters here yet. So let me just go ahead and touch on that topic as well real quick. So right here, as you can see, there's 3 different types of units, right? There's the 3 different classes, as you can see right here. We've got the attacker, defender, and runner as well. So attackers are pretty much units that have traits that pretty much make them more favorable for attacking. So let me just go on Kobe right here. So pretty much, if you come here, the traits, he pretty much has traits like, whenever I KO a unit, I get HP recovery, you have skill cooldown. Even in your stats, you'll probably have higher attack than most other characters, and your traits will be more inclined towards being able to KO other characters. That's pretty much what the traits will be inclined towards. And same thing coming down here again, we have defenders now. So for defenders, you pretty much have traits that will be more inclined towards being able to defend flags. So right here, as you can see, Leo is a defender. So he pretty much has traits that are more inclined to be able to defend flags. He has a Susu treasure area state. He has that trait for the Susu treasure area. He has, damage reduction when he's on his flag, stuff like that. So his traits are more inclined towards, being able to defend a flag. So with a defender, you just want to be able to defend a flag as good as possible. And runner, again, runner's job is to capture flags. So their traits are more inclined towards being able to capture flags quicker. Like as you can see, Green Bull right here, he has the trait when you're capturing treasure, you recover 50% of your HP when enough damage is taken, right? So it's pretty much traits that help you to go ahead and be able to capture a flag as quickly and easily as possible. And that's pretty much the 3 different types of classes of units. You got the attacker, runner, and defender. And like I said, that right there is pretty much the basics of the game right here. And also, in medals, there was another thing I think I forgot, and that was transfer traits. So you can pretty much go ahead and right here, as you can see, I have this Luffy medal, and say I want to go ahead and get this to 9-star, right? The way you get this to 9-star is pretty much you take a medal, drop it in here, you click on overwrite, and then you can just go ahead and select any trait you want, like say this one right here, or maybe this one. Yeah, I like this one. Let me just go ahead and click on transfer right there, click on OK, and boom, just like that, I got another different trait, right? So it has a 30% chance to hit any one of those traits. And if you don't like that, you can just go hit retry, okay, and you have to spend rainbow diamonds for this. I don't want to spend rainbow diamonds right now, but it's the same thing, right? Once you click on okay, it will spend 1 rainbow diamond, and you can get another little spin at this. So you can just hit confirm and be good with it. And that's pretty much how you keep transferring until you get like 3-star medals. Or another way of doing it is you click on overwrite, and you can go to items, and you can go ahead and use one of these medal traits that you have. Like for example, this one is when equipped with when your character is Roger Pirates, you get 18% increased attack. So that's like a trait as well. So pretty much, like I said, these are pretty much traits that you can go ahead and take advantage of. And that's how you pretty much get the 9-star medals. And you always want 9-star medals on your best characters when you're using them in League. And like I said, when you're using characters in League, make sure they're always 4-star characters. They're at least Bounty Fest units and relatively new, because in this game, for some reason, like old characters, they just kind of keep falling off. Bandai just keeps making more broken characters again and again. So make sure your Bounty Fests are relatively new. And yeah, that's pretty much part 1. And if you did like the video, go ahead, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. And yeah, I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one.